Hello. In this video, we will be learning the concept of strategic human resource management with respect to the objectives, key features, benefits, and Dave Ulrich's challenge to HR management. Let's begin the learning. In order for strategic human resource management to be effective, the HR must play a vital role as a strategic partner when company policies are created and implemented. Strategic HR can be demonstrated throughout different activities, such as hiring, training, and even rewarding the employees. So, strategic HR involves in looking at the different ways that human resources can make a direct impact on a company's growth. And ideally, the HR personnel need to adopt a strategic approach to developing and retaining employees to meet the needs of the company's long term plans. Human resource issues can be a difficult hurdle to cross for many companies. There are all different kinds of different components that can confuse even the business owners and can cause them to make ineffective decisions, which might slow down the operations for their employees as well as the business. So, human resource departments that practice strategic human resource management do not work independently within a silo, which means they interact with other departments within an organization in order to understand their goals and then create strategies that align with those objectives as well as those of the organization. As a result, the goals of a human resource department reflect and support the goals of the rest of the organization. And strategic HRM is even seen as a partner in organizational success. Why? Because they are opposed to a necessity for legal compliance or even compensation. Strategic HRM majorly utilizes the talent and opportunity within the human resource department to make other departments stronger and more effective. So, strategic human resource management focuses on human resource programs with longer term objectives. So, we'll now look at the benefits and the key features of strategic human resource management. Instead of focusing on the internal human resource issues, the focus needs to switch on addressing and solving problems that affect people management programs in the longer run and often globally. So, therefore, the primary goal of the SHRM is to increase employee productivity by focusing on the business obstacles that occur outside of human resources. So, the primary actions of a strategic human resource manager are to identify the key human resource areas where strategies can be implemented in the long run to improve the overall employee motivation and productivity. So, communication between HR and top management of the company is vital, as without active participation, no cooperation is possible. We'll look at the key features of strategic human resource management. So basically, there is an explicit linkage between the HR policy and practices in the overall organizational strategic aims and the organizational environment. There is some organizing schema which links the individual HR interventions so that they are mutually supportive, and much of the responsibilities for the management of human resources is devolved down the line, and attempts to link human resource activities with competency based performance measures, and even the attempts to link human resource activities with the business surpluses or profits. These approaches indicate two factors in an organizational setting. The first one is the human factor, their performance and competency, and the latter is the business surplus. An approach of people concern is based on the belief that human resources are uniquely important in sustained business success. And an organization gains competitive advantage by using its people very effectively, drawing on their expertise and ingenuity to meet clearly defined objectives. Integration of the business surplus with the human competency and performance require adequate strategies. So here role of strategy comes into picture. The way in which people are managed, motivated, or even deployed, and the availability of the skills and knowledge will all shape the business strategy. So the strategic orientation of business then requires the effective orientation of human resource to competency and performance excellence. Let's look at the benefits of strategic human resource management. The very first benefit goes in identifying and analyzing the external opportunities and threats that may be crucial to the company's success. And the second benefit would state a clear business strategy and a vision that is set for the future, and to supply the competitive intelligence which may be useful in strategic planning process. The fourth benefit or the advantage is to recruit, retain, and motivate the people, part of the organization, and to develop and retain the highly competent people back in the organization. And also, this ensures the people development issues are addressed very systematically within the organization, and also to supply the required information regarding the company's internal strengths and weaknesses to our stakeholders, and also to meet the expectations of all our customers very effectively. And also, this helps us in ensuring higher productivity levels among our employees, and also to ensure the business surplus through competency. Let's move on to the Dave Ulrich challenge to HR management. The Ulrich model helps large or complex organizations with many business units organize their human resource function. And this model was named for management coach David Ulrich after the release of his 1996 book, Human Resource Champions, the next agenda for adding value and delivering results. What does this model status? So the Ulrich model was named for management after his release of the book Human Resource Champions. So, in this book, Ulrich argues that the role of human resource professionals must be redefined to meet the competitive challenges which the modern businesses face. And also, in other words, this organizations must stop viewing human resource as an administration tool and instead see it as a strategic tool. So, to some extent, the function of human resource has changed organically. Once the foundation of every business, the HR administrative activities are increasingly outsourced or even automated. Furthermore, the traditional HR model of a single large team of generalists and specialists is becoming smaller. Given this context, the HR management is evolving from a bureaucratic function with a focus on operations to a strategic support function based on consultancy. That is, HR is becoming more of a trusted advisor and less of a policy officer. Ultimately, many businesses are encouraging this shift by following the basic principle of what we refer to as Ulrichism. So it's very simple. Define a clear new role for the human resource department. Determine how this role facilitates the competitive advantage, creating a unified structure that consistently delivers value, and measuring the company of how it has performed according to the predefined metrics. So the Ulrich model basically advocates that processes be very simplified, standardized, re-engineered, and automated wherever possible. With less time being spent on bureaucratic internal processes, the human resources department can direct more effort towards the strategic goals. And also with this new model of HR administration, the traditionally negative notions of the HR practitioners are very well expelled. And the company culture or even the employee morale increases when the staff can see that human resource department has a vested interest in adding value to the businesses. So Ulrich reiterated that the human resources and the extension of the model was in a constant state of evolution and the progression as many HR professionals can become more competent and add more value to the business as a result. We hope that this video with context towards the objectives, key features, benefits, and the Dave Ulrich's challenge to the HR management is helpful to you. Thank you.